Guys, there is no secret that we love building big PCs. I mean, look behind me. We've got the ROG Hyperion BTF edition for an upcoming PC build happening in a few weeks. But today, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the polar opposite of that Titanic case. We're talking about a mini PC, the ROG Nuc.
The smallest.
So
the
small.
smallest
So
PC.
cute.
But still with monster-sized performance.
Oh my gosh,
that
yeah.
is what the ROG Nuc is all about, right? So this has been a long time coming. I know a lot of people are really interested in this machine. Maybe you have really limited desk space. Maybe you're like kitting out an esports center with a lot of machines. I know that the ROG Nuc has been used in scenarios like that before. You need something compact. Or maybe you're doing like a PC gaming in your living room kind of deal. And I think Eric or Robert wrote an article about this recently about how to set up a gaming PC in your living room as kind of a like console couch gaming, but with the quality and flexibility of PC stuff, which is actually what I do in here. There are a number of ways you can do it, right? If you're an Ally user, you can dock the Ally to your TV with a gamepad. You can use a compact desktop like the ROG G22 or the Tough Gaming T500, which are both really cool. But the ROG Nuc is even smaller than your typical mini ITX rig. Only 3 liters in volume. Ah, yes, there's the article. Yeah, it's so tiny. That's actually last year's model.
Yes.
Right there.
And
We're going to be unboxing the 2025 model this year. Both of these, but again, both have the same benefits. So if you're looking at this and you're like, ooh, I don't know if I can swing the 2025 model, you might be able to get the 2024 model for a little bit less. It may fit certain scenarios. I think it might be even a little bit smaller, the previous one.
I think it is, yeah.
So many unique use cases for something this small. I mean, you guys, you could duct tape. It's the small enough you could duct tape it to the back of your TV and pair it with something like our ROG Raikiri series of controllers.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Raikiri 2 was just announced and is coming soon. And you have a completely invisible living room gaming console setup, right?
It's actually insane, and I want that so bad in my life.
Now, I don't know if I'd recommend actually duct taping it to the back of your TV.
Use a 3D printer, make a cool mount.
Well, you can buy like shelves that attach to the VESA mount on the back of your TV. So if your TV's sitting on a stand, you use the 4 screw holes in the back that you would normally mount, and it's like a little shelf on the back. You could like throw it on that, right? There's all sorts of really cool things that you could do. So we just released our 2025 model that we announced earlier this year. You can buy it today. And because you guys have repeatedly asked for it over the past year, we are going to unbox and show it off right here.
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah. It's all right. Full disclosure. Like I said during the opening of the show, I already unboxed this, but for those that are going to say this is an authentic unboxing, that's fine. That's fine because I couldn't wait. But look at this guy. Tiny. I mean, again, mouse for scale. This is the whole packaging. It's not very big. And there she blows.
Oh, you haven't even done the peels yet.
I actually re-put it back on, but that's okay. I wanted to give stream.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. The peel.
Still counts. Still counts.
Still counts. Exfoliation of electronics.
So while Jake unboxes, I'm going to talk a little bit about the specs. There are a few configs you can grab for this. The 2025 ROG Nuc comes with an Intel Core Ultra 9 processor, 275HX, and you can choose between 2 GPUs. An NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5070 Ti laptop GPU or a 5080 laptop GPU. Yes, these are using laptop GPUs. That's part of how we're keeping them so compact. But those GPUs run at a TGP of 175 watts. So you are getting real significant power from this little beast of a machine. Then from there, you can choose either 16 gigs or 32 gigs of DDR5 6400 RAM, nice fast RAM, and either a 1 or 2 terabyte SSD. But both of those are upgradable since the chassis is entirely toolless and you can open it. So we'll show that in a little bit. There's the I/O. You've got 4 USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports on the top there, plus 1 Thunderbolt 4 port that's Type-C. You've got 2.5 gig Ethernet, which is great. I mean, it's kind of like a desktop, right? So if you have Ethernet plug in, you get super awesome fast internet gaming. You've got 2 DisplayPort 2.1 ports and 2 HDMI 2.1 FRL ports. So this thing with Thunderbolt and those, you can drive up to 5 displays at once. 5 displays, which is insane.
That's absurd.
Especially for something this small. And then if you turn it around, obviously you've got the power jack there on the bottom and a Kensington lock, so you can keep it locked in place. And then on the front, you've got 3 more USB 3.2 ports, one of which is Type-C, and you've got a headset jack there as well. Now, if you are not connecting with Ethernet, you do get Intel Killer Wi-Fi 7 inside for really excellent wireless connectivity. That's some of the best, one of the best Wi-Fi chips on the market, plus Bluetooth 5.4 for any peripherals. And there is that glorious RGB lighting on the side.
How clean is that?
It's a little bit hard to tell on camera, but it's got like that's underneath this kind of like transparent panel. It looks really, really slick. And when you hook, it has Armory Crate and all that stuff on it, so you can customize the RGB lighting. You can sync it up with your other peripherals, and things like that. And then the other side, if you turn it around real quick, you'll also see that the other side is vents in the shape of the letters ROG, right? But there's actually airflow venting on both sides. So that's the big vent. And then on the other side, underneath the RGB, there's a small vent for that fan there. So the cooling on this is really cool. We've got dual vapor chambers inside this, right?
There's more venting on top, by the way.
Yeah, there's more venting on top. Like the cooling was a big thing for us on this, because when you're making something really compact, you got to make sure you can keep it cool, right? And also we want to make sure that we can push enough watts to it to make it powerful. So that's like to get that 175 watts. We've got dual vapor chambers on either side of that. You've got 3 fans, and all of that allows it to stay quieter than a comparable laptop, which is really nice while still being very compact. And because you have those RTX 50 series GPUs, you of course all get all the features that come with them as well, right? You've got 4th gen ray tracing cores, multi-frame generation, DLSS4, all of it. I just hit a button and my notes went away. So yeah, this thing is an absolute monster, particularly for how small it is. Now,
I mean, just look at it on my desk. It's nothing. It takes up no space. It's insane.
I know, yeah. Like, it's hard to tell because you have so many monitors behind it. But if you just look at it compared to Jake's hand, like, like that actually, yeah, that's a pretty good comparison right there. Mouse for scale.
Nuts. And this is a small mouse.
Yeah. Yeah. So this thing is awesome. I'm really excited to see Jake game on it tomorrow. One of the things that I think is particularly cool about this machine, though, is despite how small and compact it is, the RAM and the storage are totally upgradable. And in fact, the chassis is completely toolless. So there's a thumb screw on the back right there. And Jake is just going to unscrew that.
It's just loose now. Yep. He's dangling.
Yep. So it stays in so you don't lose the screw, which is really nice. Love it when we do that.
This takes a little bit of elbow grease.
It's secure, which is good.
Yep. So I just popped.
So
I basically just pulled on the back panel. It's like this side and this back is one big piece. You just yank on that a little bit, not too hard, but hard enough. And this is still connected for the LEDs, right? We got the one LED cable.
Yep. So be careful not to like yank it off and throw it across the room.
Yes,
because you do have that cable there. But so you can see some of the cooling there, but you can also see that it's got 2 sticks of RAM right there. So this is cool. I said that it comes with 16 gigs or 32 gigs of RAM. But if you want more, you can just pop it open and swap yours in. This actually supports up to 96 gigs of RAM. So you can throw in as much as you want, right? For, if you're running large language models, doing AI work, stuff like that, like, or you need a lot of RAM for something, you can throw it in there. Now, you can also upgrade the SSD.
Right. We have one NVMe drive here, and then there is a slot for a second one right here.
Yes, and the one slot that is populated, that comes with a heatsink already on it, all that good stuff. We do support PCIe Gen 5 storage. So again, if you have more robust needs, it is yours to upgrade. That is the beautiful thing about the Nucs. Yeah, it's like the compactness of a laptop, but with as much upgradability as we can pack into it.
Dude, I mean, what doesn't it have for a small form factor PC? It's toolless entry, upgradability. It's got it all.
And a good amount of IO for something that's small too. Like
This has got more
4,
IO than
5,
some
6,
motherboards.
7, 8. Like, yeah, it's got like 8 USB ports
7.
total
7.
between the front and
Oh
the
no,
back.
you're right.
No,
It
'cause
is
there's
8. You're right. There's 2
yeah.
USB-C. Dang, that's nuts.
Yeah. So you should have enough room to plug in most of the stuff that you would plug into something this small, right? Um, Now, another thing that's cool about this machine is that the BIOS does contain some overclocking features, which I was actually kind of surprised by. You don't always expect that for something that's this compact, because sometimes when thermals are that in that tight of a profile, right? You don't always expose as much overclocking stuff because you're already kind of pushing it to its limit. But this does have some manual tuning, or you can use one of our one-click options to eke out some extra performance on the system, which is cool. And of course, it should go without saying, but as with all of our systems, we put it through a gauntlet of torture tests to ensure that it can withstand shock and vibration, humidity, and all of the other environmental rigors, so you know that it will stand the test of time.
It does come with Wi-Fi, yes.
Yes. Wi-Fi 7, and not just any Wi-Fi 7, Intel Killer Wi-Fi 7, which is a really, really good Wi-Fi chip. Just looking at chat here to see if there are any questions, things like that. Will it make me coffee? No, but maybe someday. What type of video card? Yeah, like I said earlier, this is an RTX 5070 Ti or RTX 5080 laptop GPU, depending on the SKU you pick.
5080 on the SKU, I believe.
Okay, cool. So that's what you're gonna be playing with tomorrow. Nice. Yep. It is really cool. Those of you may remember we acquired Intel's NUC division from them a while back, and so again, that's why this is using an Intel processor and that Intel Killer Wi-Fi 7. That's kind of central to the identity of the NUC machines.
Yep,
and it is powerful. So, yeah, that's it. There's not a ton of moving parts like to show off on camera, which is nice. I think what a lot of people are really looking forward to is to seeing this thing game. I have gamed on it a little bit. I gamed a little bit more on last year's model when I was at CES. Question: will this be available at Best Buy? That is a good question. I actually don't know. I can check. It's going to be different depending on your regions, right? Let me check and see what retailers we're selling this at currently. Right now, it's on our site and on Amazon. I don't know if it's going to be coming to Best Buy in the US or not. A lot of those deals are just independent of each individual product. If this doesn't serve Best Buy's audience, they're not going to sell it. But the NUC is a bit more of a unique machine. So it might not be something you see on a ton of like mainstream store shelves, but for people that want something super compact like this, who really want to be able to hide their machine or squeeze a bunch of machines into one space, like that like esports center that I kind of mentioned earlier, this is so awesome and just kind of unbeatable in terms of what it offers.
Yeah, that doesn't really affect the average person, but thinking of a LAN environment where they have to truck in pallets of desktops to set up 64 gaming displays or gaming setups for any sports event, oh my God, this is a game changer. Like, actually amazing.
Really nice. Ooh, someone asked how much it weighs. That is a great question. I didn't actually have that in my notes. Let me pull it up here for you because it doesn't say.
3.12 kilograms.
There we go. I almost had it. I had the other document open here, which is about a little under 7 pounds. So that's pretty lightweight when you compare it to even a big gaming laptop, and especially desktops. And again, it's really small. Can you upgrade the GPU? No. That is something that with something this small, you can't have a full-size graphics card. You're soldering that GPU onto the motherboard. That's just kind of how these work. Now it does have Thunderbolt, so you could connect it to an XG Mobile down the line. Like, right, if we have a Thunderbolt XG Mobile with some future NVIDIA GPU, you could connect that to it and upgrade the GPU that way.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's something that's important to you, you might want to look at a mini ITX machine or a more compact machine, something like the ROG Strix G22 or the Tough Gaming T500, which is the new kind of compact, more budget focused machine that we announced earlier this year at Computex. That is a really cool machine. We're not going to be doing an unboxing of that one on this channel probably,
No.
but man, it is cool.
It's neat though, right? Because this can work as a home theater PC, it can be your primary desktop, it can be a portable desktop. There's so many use cases for this system. And if you're a student too, I think that's kind of like the best of everything, right? If you don't need a laptop, especially, or if you want that and a laptop, really just super nice.
Yeah. Yeah. This thing's awesome. So Jake will be gaming on this tomorrow. We're not going to have it for a long time. We do have to send it back to the Asus office.
Yeah.
But tune in tomorrow to see this thing in action.
With game key giveaways. Yeah. Tomorrow we're going to be gaming on this, and which is a brand new AAA game. We're not going to do we're going to push it. We're going to really see what kind of performance we can get out of the NUC. We're going to be playing Chronos, which is a new game that actually drops tomorrow, and we're giving away game keys for Chronos at the same time. So it'll be a good day. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's stream.
Sweet. That is all for our main topic today. But as always, guys, this is only part of our show. If you want to see the full ROG Pulse stream, you can tune in live every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, where we do many of those giveaways. We talk about games. We answer your questions about products, even other than the one that we're unboxing that week, all kinds of other stuff. So to see all of this stuff in action, follow and subscribe right here to the ROG Twitch and YouTube channels. We will see you next time.